Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious, good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It's Monday morning. Yeah. It's May 12th and it is 3:20 in the a.m. I've been in my office for a hot minute researching some information. I'm glad I did not post this. I was tempted to, but something just did not seem right with the story because it was not touched on by any major network. And again, I'm glad I researched this information. And I want you to pay attention to the voices on the recordings that you see on TikTok. I believe this one was AI generated using some old film footage. And man, pay attention. This particular story talked about two gentlemen wearing Klan hoods that got shot because they decided to go into a black neighborhood. Now, the story is true, but it happens way back when, some years back. But the voice was AI generated and made it sound like it happened just yesterday. And now I'm not one to fan flames. And I don't want to fan flames. It's like I'm not running around hollering the sky is falling. But yes, indeed, the sky is falling. We are being, I want to say, brutalized by this administration. Our finances are being brutalized. Now, there are a majority of us living from paycheck to paycheck. And that paycheck only goes so far because, we're extended beyond our means at this point with the tariffs, with limitations as far as access, with whimsical price hikes, with poor food quality, with no labor force. All these are causing prices to go up. And we have a maniac talking about everybody's a DEI hire. I went to school on my own dime. And I have the bills to prove it. Now, my first stint in college where I got my AA, my first year I was on academic probation because I had just transitioned from New York to California. And there was a lot going on for me mentally and emotionally, just making that culture shift. And to this day, I hate the city that we relocated to. I lived there for roughly 8 years, and I got the heck up out of there to move to a bigger city because that was a cow town, and it let people let you know straight up that you were not welcome. A lot of the folks in this cow town were migrant workers and Okie farmers. So that lets you know the climate. And then the folks that did have money had mansions and lived removed from other folks. They were the wealthy landowners. Was it Sebastiani had a mansion, and the Gallo brothers had a mansion in this particular city, and it was known as Gallo Mansion. There was an exclusive part of town where all the doctors lived, and like I said, everybody else was a farmer or a small business owner, and some of those business owners were wealthy as well. The church that my mom belonged to I'm pausing for effect there in the face. Yeah. I heard more racial information in that church than I did, I want to say, the majority of my time in New York. I think it was on equal levels. Yeah. The pastor at the time was from Orange County. And those of you who in California know about Orange County and Orange County money. So again, I made a hasty retreat to the big city. There were some things said and done on the fundamentalist level that I just could not, I can't and I won't. Yeah, that part. Anywho, like I said, there's some things happening, excuse me, as we speak that are beyond racist. This latest move, and that's been spoken aloud, where there's a plan to relocate South Africans to Tennessee, I believe. No. I got that confused with another story. I'm sorry. But there is a plan to relocate South Africans to this country as refugees. See, these are the kind of refugees that the U.S. is looking for. You know, the ones that are steeped in apartheid. And we're deporting other folks en masse in order to make room for the South Africans. Now, you've heard people say, and I mean people in this administration say, there are South Africans that aren't being treated very well. And that's because apartheid ended and they're no longer able to use their influence, if you will, the way that they have been out in the open. I'm sure they're still doing it on the under. But they're scrutinized now. We have Stephen Miller, who's a, don't want this censored. We have Stephen Miller, who's backing this. Musk has spoken on it. Musk himself is a South African. And we know the salute. And then I believe it has been discussed by the known felon. And people are happy with this. People are happy with this. And for the folks who aren't saying or doing anything, you may not be happy with it, but your silence is co-signing it. Your silence makes you complicit. All of that. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Wake up. You know, people are running from the word woke. And you're playing right into the hands of this so-called master plan because they want you to sleepwalk while they steal, rape, and plunder. Now see, rape doesn't necessarily, strictly apply to an essay. I'm talking about ravaging the land. And everybody, most major countries are looking to Africa because Africa is rich with the minerals that we use for almost everything. Wake up, speak up.